The treble, the dream come true for you.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to the American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we're bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Woo, sir. How we doing? How we doing? Manchester United 2. Everton, the People's Club 0. United, what a performance in the first half. Peppering the Toffee side. They came out with piss and vinegar. The boys were playing. They were creating good chances. Anthony should have had a goal or two. Rashford should have had a goal or two. But who comes up? The main man, McTerminator. He's been on a great scoring streak as of late, especially if you include international fixtures that were a couple of weeks ago. He comes up with a big go-ahead goal in the first half. It would have been very difficult if we went into halftime 0-0 after being so dominant and creating so many chances and being so wasteful, to be fair, because we were very wasteful in the final third. But United come out second half, a little less dominant, but we controlled most of the game. Martial came on. He iced it. He got a goal. Rashford got an assist, and then he goes down injured with a groin injury that looks not good. It doesn't look good. Looks like it'll be at least a couple of weeks, and that's probably the best case scenario.
You got a limp.
Match fixtures just piling up. Play Monday morning quarterback.
I mean, you don't need to be all, doom and gloom here. Doom and gloom factory now.
A great match today. All I'm saying is he scored a third of our goals this year. We're going to miss those goals if he's out for an extended period of time. Now, give one to get one, right? Because now Casemiro's back from his 4-game suspension, so he is ready to rock. Eriksen, one step closer. Martial, matter of time before he goes down injured again. But the longer we can keep him healthy, the better, because he is productive. He will score goals on this side. But either way, big 3 points. United making up for the Newcastle loss just a week ago with 2 important wins. And we're back in it, baby. 4th place. Let's go.
Like I said, give me 3 points against Everton, give me 3 points against Brentford, and all is forgiven for the Newcastle away loss.
This is forgiven?
Critical. It's about chipping up. It's about turning it around. It's about just staying in the ring, and Erik ten Hag is able to get these boys up for the games despite having a tough loss against Newcastle, and this is huge. It's huge to turn it around, and we saw it against Brentford earlier this year. He turned it around right quick. He's righted the ship, and it culminated in this amazing start at home in the first half. We had over 20 shots. Unbelievable. Rashford on fire, just creating chances. Also conceding chances. That is also a red flag. This is a bad Everton side. So you create 20 shots, they're fighting for relegation. So
they didn't have much.
You do need it that clear. Before we scored, they had a clear goal scoring opportunity. The XG can't value that more than a goal. That had to be a goal. I forget the gentleman who scuffed it, but we did give them opportunities, unfortunately, and they're a bad side. So you're kind of seeing this give one to get one Ten Hag side, and we got to clean it up a little bit. But just a effective performance, 3 points. We roll on, and Sevilla, big European night for the week. With Rashford going down, yeah, total bummer. Absolutely. You got to take the L, put a little salt, put a little hot sauce on it. You got to eat that one, but you're getting your boy Casemiro back. Eriksen's back. Tony's fit. This stage of the season, everyone's breaking down. The car's rickety. We're just trying to get to the finish. Maybe Rashford could be at the Europa League final. Who knows? Let's just take it day by day. You're going to have shots, but you got to stay in the ring and duck and jive and keep moving stick, because that's the only option we got. We have trophies to play for, top 4 on the line. Everyone's got to step up. And your boy Wout getting some time as well. So you got to shout out Wout Weghorst for coming on late.
I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice Wout coming on for Marcus Rashford. But a great team performance. Bruno in that more deep role, playing playmaker. He was terrific today. McTominay was terrific. Sabitzer at 10 I thought was great as well. Shout out AWB. I thought he was fantastic today. One of the best games for him as a United player. We've said that a couple times this season already. He was really great. He should have had a goal. Arguably could have almost had 2 goals. And either way, I think it was a great performance. It's about righting the ship. I think this is what we've seen under this manager. We've had slips before. You're going to have slips. You're going to have bad performances. You're going to have defeats, and that put a bad taste in your mouth. But it's about righting that wrong quickly, and this manager has the capacity and the ability to turn the ship very fast and get back to winning. The Brentford game was even tighter. This one, it should have been a foregone conclusion. They had that one good chance, but otherwise, they didn't have a ton going forward, and we should have It should have been 4-0 in the first half. It wasn't, and that's been one of the issues we've had this year is that our clinicality has been lacking. And maybe that's because there's only one player on the team that scores goals. But I guess Rashford, he didn't score today. McSauce, Martial, great win. We needed this win. It's the great momentum heading into the Sevilla game, and I want us to batter Sevilla. Because here's the thing. I was putting together the agenda, sir. We have never beaten Sevilla. We've only played it 3 times. We have never beaten Sevilla.
This, if you recall, and you got to fact check me on this one. This was
Mourinho, right?
Sevilla beat us, and we got dropped out of Europe. And he went on the rant of like, "This is not a big European club."
Yeah,
I believe this is the tie.
I think you're right.
And so here we find ourselves,
and we were terrible,
not being a big European club, playing in Europa League against Sevilla, and so we got to get one back on them. I hope, and I think we'll be able to go the distance over 2 legs. Quick PSA for the podcast. If you like the America Red Devils and you want to support independent fan content, and most importantly, keep the podcast ad-free, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/America Red Devils. We don't have any ads or sponsors on the podcast. We think it breaks everything up. It's no good. I hate ads in pods. I hate ads on TV. I pay for every service to just get rid of ads. So we're going the direct-to-fan support route. Support us. It goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. There's a lot of hosting and equipment we need to get to keep this machine turning, keep the wheels turning here at this podcast. So check out our Patreon page. Please support us. Keep us ad-free. Also check out our website, AmericaRedDevils.com. Great blog content there. And our store, AmericaRedDevils.store. Scarves, shirts, stickers, pins, everything you need. And also, if you want to write for our blog, email us, americareddevils@gmail.com. We'll get you hooked up with some credentials. You can give your Muppet take to the world because that is what the America Red Devils platform is all about. Sir, tell them about iTunes reviews.
It's by Muppets for Muppets. That's the America Red Devils motto. iTunes reviews or 5-star reviews of the America Red Devils podcast, wherever you listen. It's a great way to support the pod. Helps us get found organically by other top Reds like yourself. And even better, we're giving them away, sir. We're giving away Glazier out scarves. Green and gold to the club is sold, and they ain't gone yet. And I'm worried they ain't going nowhere. So all you have to do to get your free scarf is write a 5-star review, send a screenshot to americareddevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship free green and gold Glazier out scarves and right to your door anywhere in the world. Here's a great review, top review from Panda Party Pirates. 5 stars, most informative MUFC pod. Woo, sirs and lasses, this pod is what got me to start listening to podcasts in general, and we're going on 4 years now. Come for the hot takes and friendly banter on pod therapy, depending on the team's result, and stay for the knowledge and that lovely Hans and Franz beat drop. I wanted to hear other people's views on the teams, and I've learned so much more on the financial runnings of the club, all while laughing hysterically. John and Alex will go back and forth, just like you and your friends, and then deserve 6 stars. Best pod any side of the pond. Keep it up. Glory, glory, Man United. Thank you, Panda Party Pirates, and thank you, everybody, writing these 5-star reviews. I think that they're the 5-star Reds today. We should have battered them 4-0 like an old
5-star reviews is like fuel for the pod. All I got to tell you. Let's
woo!
go.
The Red Bull, baby. It's like straight into the veins,
absolutely ready to go. Manchester United 2, Everton 0, the People's Club. Old Trafford. We have a great friend who's an Everton fan.
Salty as they come.
I think he's salty.
He's an anti-United fan, really.
Like,
he just hates United.
Just texts us anything negative about United, hates us. And
when his team's in 18th place at times, like, it's like, hey,
it doesn't matter because he just wants to text us United hate. And then like this morning, Alex and I get up, shout out West Coast, 4:30 a.m. wake up call for this one. And he's got nothing to say, basically. Absolutely nothing to say. And that's
They're usually closer games. I mean,
we've even beaten him up for a long time.
Yeah, we have. I feel like every time we used to get together with him when he lived in the Bay, United would always batter him.
People's Club, who are you? That's all I gotta say. Let's get into that 11. Dave saves world #1 in net. Malacia, Martinez, Magoo, center back pairing there. Wan-Bissaka on the right. McTominay, Sabitzer, Bruno, Sancho, Rashford up top, Anthony on the right. How do we feel about this 11?
I like this 11. Not a lot of surprises. Obviously, the manager prefers Sabitzer and McTominay over Fred, so he continued with that. Maguire, that was the big surprise, right, with Varane getting the blow, which he needs, to be fair. So, smart move from the manager. And actually, he had one early gaffe, but he was pretty solid, all things considered, in this game. And then that front three, that's probably the best front three we got with Garnacho out. So, hey, Sancho, Rashford, Anthony, they got to be scoring goals, right?
I like the 11 is Wout Weghorst not in it.
Yeah,
to me, that
that's
just shows you everything you need to know. And also just look at how dynamic our attack is without him in it. I mean, I think just him playing every single game as long as he did, the manager changes it and is like, we have another gear here. And that's the way it should be at Manchester United. We shouldn't be no passengers in this club, no feel-good stories, even though you're 6'6", Dutch guy, and the manager likes you. Don't worry about it. Take a seat, son. We look great without him. First half, United dominate, creating loads of good chances, but we weren't converting. Third minute, chance for Sabitzer. Great turn, great hit from him, showing his stuff. So this is getting me a little warmer on Sabitzer.
He's had a couple good games, right? Now that he's been played in his favorite number 10 position. Bruno looking great deep, really good, deep lying, just pulling the strings, and he was excellent today. Sabitzer, he's got a hit on him. He's a player. If we can get him for a bargain, like $20 million or less, he's worth it. And he should have had a goal today, but that was a lot of should have had a goal today. Who else should have had a goal today, sir?
8th minute, Rashford takes a rip, but Pickford saves well. Probably the ugliest goalkeeping kit combined, ugliest haircut / goalkeeping kit you've ever seen. Peaky Blinders. Poor man's Peaky Blinders Pickford.
On acid.
With a bad green shirt for Everton. 12th minute, Antony, what a chance. Does he go with the left boot? He does. Seen this about 10 times in the last 2 matches. Doesn't convert. Hits the bar. Very close, though. 19th minute, first chance for Everton. United caught out. Getting caught with your pants down here, sir. Should have been a goal for Everton, but he slices his shot wide. This was an absolute numpty chance. Should have been a goal. I mean, we gaping hole at the back. That's the problem. We kind of got caught snoozing here. Give one to get one stuff from United. 21st minute, Bruno finds Antony with a great ball. One-on-one with the keeper. Is he going to go left? He goes left. Pickford saves it. I mean, he's got to eventually pull it on his right boot at some point. I think everyone's Pickford's leaning right. Defenders are leaning right. He only goes to the left-hand side.
He was not bad today after how wasteful he was in the last game in Brentford. He did well to hit the bar in the 12th minute. AWB arguably deserved a goal. The rebound went just wide. That was a very big chance. Everton had a chance, and they bottled it just like we bottled 20 chances. But Antony, one-on-one finishing,
I mean, you
gotta do better. He's good.
I'm gonna
gotta score. You gotta score, but so is Rashford, bro. Rashford in 27 minutes, gotta score. He was one-on-one with Pickford, gotta score. Hits it right at him.
27th minute, like you said, Rashford, great chance. Pickford saves. 36th minute, sir, we'll get into it. It's the breakthrough of all the people that had great clear-cut chances. You didn't think it'd be this man, the McTominator.
McTominay, Rashford, get himself into a position to shoot. Takes it on again, though, from McTominay. And here's McTominay, 1-0. It has been coming. And Scott McTominay, who's done the business on the international stage, scores one for Manchester United. They've been knocking on the door. Finally, it's creaked off its hinges.
Well, they've been relentless, Man United, in this first half. They've really pushed hard. And finally, Jordan Pickford is beaten. Marcus Rashford was looking to do it all by himself. Somehow managed to keep possession of the ball with so many blue shirts around him. Look how narrow and compact they are. This is a clever pass to him from Scott McTominay. That run from deep. Jadon Sancho finds him nicely.
McSauce, what a pass from Jadon Sancho. Picks him out really well. Marcus Rashford is just insatiable, his hunger for goal. He just back off. He's trying to beat 4 or 5 players at a time. And McSauce has shown this before, He's a better finisher than Wout Weghorst. He is. He's got great feet, especially in that 8-yard box, like those 2 goals against Leeds, a couple seasons ago. But well done from McTominay to get the go-ahead goal. We needed it. We needed this goal after so many chances. If you head in to the second half 0-0 after having 21 shots on target, that feeds right into the worm eater Sean Dyche's hands, because they're not a great team, right? They're fighting relegation, but there's no bad teams in the Premier League, and it was good to get this goal, and it was a great goal from Scotty.
And what a hit, too. I mean, shout out to Sancho for the great assist. All the Everton players are clustered around, and then Sancho Scotty points to the space, runs in. Good for him to be agile on that front. And Sancho, what a ball. Absolutely just like hit a perfect pass and a perfect finish from Scotty McSauce is what you want to see as a United fan. And it's all these games are the breakthrough. You thought it'd almost be like a flood here, but it wasn't because United kept creating chances and couldn't score. 46th minute, another great chance for Antony. This one, he bobbled. It couldn't get it. He was in behind, like free one-on-one twice.
Over the top. Bruno was picking him out.
And this chance, he actually couldn't get his feet sorted out. And he should be. Look, here's the deal. Like, I like the guy. Great first half. Running in behind. Dangerous. You pay over $80 million. Finish it, dude.
His price.
It's you got to finish.
Marcus Rashford's worth 150 and had a couple equally great chances today. So,
but being worth 150 and paying 80,
I know.
No one's gonna slag Rashford at all. But like not. Antony has to do better with what he's getting for what he has been given as far as chances and space and time on the ball in dangerous areas. He's got to be doing more, in my opinion, because it's too predictable. I think everyone kind of knows. I would know where to go if I was defending him.
Yeah, you would.
You don't think the defenders are leaning to the right? You don't think the keepers lean to the right? I mean, it's like
of course, sir. He's got a left foot, and you could be one-footed, but you can't just go far post all the time. Just far post, just far. He needs to mix it up. Aaron Robin.
No, Rashford's down. He's got to step up. He's got to step up.
Everybody's got to step up because now we got to score goals, and Martial, he's got to stay fit.
Sir, $80 million is nosebleed money.
He scored more goals than Sancho, bro.
Look. It's
had a great pass.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. That's all I'm just saying.
They're basically the same fee. They're within like 10.
I like him. I just don't think he's worth the fee.
Okay,
That's it.
We can't change the fee. He's our player. He's not going anywhere. The manager rates him. He does work hard. He tracks back very well. Arguably the best of any attacker other than Bruno. He tracks back the best. And I'd imagine he's gonna have. Dude, he's young, 22, bro. He's got upside for sure.
Oh, of course.
He may never live up to that price tag.
No, here's the deal.
But he might be a solid player that can get you 10 goals a year, 8 assists, consistent, doesn't miss matches, high work rate. He doesn't have to be like
all those great qualities.
Gareth Bale.
They're great. Yes, they are great qualities. Maybe 80's the new 40, sir.
Probably.
Maybe 80's new 30. Convince
Who's
me
that guy Chelsea signed I've never heard of that like hasn't done anything?
But like as far as I felt like Sancho on the same type of money came in, didn't really play well. Antony's played well. You got to say that. It's just more like you just want him scoring a little more.
He could have 5 more goals now.
That's what I'm saying.
He could. You're right.
What I mean.
Especially the one-on-one chances. He's had like these one-on-one chances. He does the worst with a one-on-one chance. He's better 20 yards out, curler, top bucket.
Yep.
That's a good point because he's had a bunch of good one-on-ones, sir.
Let's get to the second half. United less dominant in the second half, but still firmly in control. But the game's 1-0. Manager looked to change that up a little bit. Martial on for the man we were just talking about, Antony, trying to change up the attack. 67 minutes, Sabitzer finds Bruno with a nice pass, but he blasts the header over the bar. I mean, this one was one where you don't see Bruno head it often, but glad he was going for it. Bruno with an amazing game for United. You have to say he was man of the match for Manchester United all over the board. And then in the 71st minute, you love to see Tony Martial back for United, getting his goal. We're going to need him to step up.
Got to the 70-minute mark.
Now a mistake by Coleman. Ball got caught underneath his feet. They're not in the game anymore. One mistake, all it took. Seamus Coleman, just about the most experienced outfield player on the pitch. Took his eye off the ball at the most inopportune moment. And Anthony Martial marks his comeback with a goal that surely seals the points for United.
Well, you simply can't compensate for that. I was just saying that Everton are in the game. They got to the 70-minute mark. They've kept Man United largely at bay in this second period. And then this happens. Seamus Coleman, just deal with it. And he doesn't. Marcus Rashford is quick to capitalise. And that's a cool finish from Anthony Martial. Not been on the pitch long.
Look, that's a striker's finish.
Tidy finish. By his teammates.
That's a Martial finish. Like he took the goalie one way, puts it the other way. He's got to finish in his locker. Seamus Coleman, championship level touch right there. That's all I got to say.
Great goal from Martial. I got a little bit fortunate. I was worried if we didn't get the second goal, they were going to make us. They're going to punish us for that, but unfortunately, it wasn't the case. They did. We got punished. The punishment was we lost our star boy, Marcus Rashford, for.
Well, let's get into it. 76th minute. Eriksson comes on with Fred for Sabitzer and Sancho.
Good to see him back, huh?
Eriksson, totally excited to see him back, and not only excited to see him fit and firing back on the pitch for United. Love the beard.
I do love the beard.
Love the buzz in the beard. I felt like he had the trademark. What do you call that? Putting the hair up in the front. I don't know, like the faux hawk.
It's called I'm losing my hair.
He was like he kept the faux hawk too long and it was thinning out. And then now he went for the short and then the big look. Danish beard. Like, what a look.
I like the big Dane.
What a look. So not only to come back, but coming back with a fresh cut, fresh beard.
He's
looking
ready.
fit.
He's ready for the last push.
He's ready for the last. Like, what a player! What a player!
We have him and
we
Bruno
whinge about
Casemiro
all day, but it's been way too long since Andy Carroll injured Eriksson, which was just insane. They didn't get a red even before that challenge. Not like they're trying to protect players anyway, and giving out reds to Casemiro like candy. But him coming back, huge boost for United. Huge boost for our midfield. Imagine like Eriksson, Sabitzer, Bruno out wide.
Yes.
I mean, there's tons of different options that we're going to have. We're going to have to get clever. I like to see Eriksson maybe at 10.
Yep. I was thinking the same thing.
Play Bruno a lot of options. A lot of options for this team. Great player coming back in the side. 80th minute. Speaking of players coming back, now we got to get to the Rashford groin. Bad. Looks as soon as it happened, he's got to go off the pitch. Anytime that happens, it's acute, which means he did his groin. Groins are finicky. Tony Martial has dealt with groin issues.
Varane's had groin issues.
Yep.
It's not what you want to injure. So the manager, we'll get into his reaction in a little bit, but his quotes around Marcus Rashford, he's a little worried for obvious reasons, given how much of a big player he's been this season, and also it didn't look good, as you said. It looked like a bad one.
This is like best case scenario, and this is from my pure Muppet take, from what I've seen on the couch, from just watching. I'm not a physician. I have no idea about anything.
You are not a physician.
It's literally like best case scenario, he's back for the Europa League final, and that's it.
I was gonna say a month.
Best case scenario, he's back for the Europa League final. And it's like, that's it.
It's like the 26th of May.
He is out.
Yeah, he's out for at least a month.
He is out for the remainder of the push for top 4. He's out for FA Cup. He's out for Sevilla. He's out for probably the semis. He's out.
He's out
6 weeks. I would say 6 to 8 weeks, and then he could push it to get back for the final type of thing. That's kind of where that injury, I just felt that. It just looked like it to me.
No, it's a serious one. It looked not so good. And you could tell right away, based on the player's reaction to running past the touchline. Wanted to keep an eye. We've been playing too many matches, right? And
that's the
manager
crime.
talks about it.
They crime.
They did a late Sunday game last weekend, and then we somehow get early Saturday morning game when we played midweek. It makes no fucking sense. It should have been Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, because we have Thursday game at home. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to go down to Spain. So, it feels like they're making accommodations for other teams.
No, they're giving Arsenal more time.
No, they fucking hate United, bro.
No,
they've always hated United.
No, it does. But you're right. And then one thing that's crazy is
Sunday,
Wednesday, Saturday. It's why? Arsenal didn't play Wednesday.
Exactly.
And they get Sunday?
No, it's preposterous.
It makes
bro.
It's literally, and it's offensively horrible. And that day, that 24 hours is probably the difference between Rashford getting injured or not.
Correct.
I mean, it's also you have to take into account we're winning 2-0 and he's not taking Rashford off the field.
Well, that's what I thought.
That's something that the manager, we have talked about that with Casemiro getting injured, or Casemiro got the red when he left him on when he didn't need to be on the field. I feel like there's this playing with fire a little bit from our manager because 2-0 Everton, Rashford, get off.
Yeah. And they had one shot on target. It was like you pull him, put Wout in for the last 15 minutes after they score that goal.
So, look, he's learning on the job. Stat sheet, love to see it. We're back, baby. 29 shots at home to Everton's 15, 11 on target to their 1, 64% of the ball. Absolute domination at Old Trafford against a bad side, which is what you want to see. Manchester United have won 39 Premier League games against Everton, the joint most victories one side has against another in the competition's history. We've also won 39 times against Tottenham, which you love to see.
They got some shady calls today, by the way.
And Manchester United have won 23 of their 28 home games in all competitions this season, drawn 3, lost 2. Their highest total of wins in a single campaign at Old Trafford since 2010-11.
That's what I'm talking about,
They
baby.
had 26. And Manchester United had 21 shots against Everton, their most on record since 2003-2004 in the first half of a Premier League game. That's what you want to see. What a performance compared to where we were a week ago, yelling, whinging, getting all fired up on the pod about Newcastle. What does this match mean? Checking at the table, we're 4th place, 56 points, dead even with Newcastle. They won today as well. So we're just lockstep with Newcastle, which is not a team that we want to be lockstep with. We want to be thinking about Man City, who did win today. They got 67 points. They are in 2nd place with 29 played. And Arsenal play the Scouse Bastards. Tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm rooting for the Scouse Bastards.
Yeah, I know you are.
It's a bad Scouse Bastards side, and I think Arsenal's going to beat them up.
Beat them up. They're going to beat them up bad, bro.
But they were there for the taking. They showed up against United, so I'm hoping they show up against Arsenal. I just want to see Arsenal sweat in this title race a little more than they are. It seems too easy. Arsenal fans,
they're rolling.
They're a little too confident at the moment. I think you're going to see something.
You've been calling, you get some 29 matches in. You've been calling that for like 5 months. We'll see. I mean, a lot of us have. We thought Arteta would bottle it. We thought this young
they're going to get nervy. They're going to get nervous.
Last 9 games. Last quarter. It's like the last quarter stretch.
It's going to be. They have a tough run. They have a tough run.
Scousers. They got Chelsea. They got City. They got Brighton. I think they have Newcastle. You're saying there's a chance.
What do we know? Let's check in with the manager, Erik ten Hag.
Down on the touchline.
Same, but as long as you don't score the second, then you always have to fear. And so they only need 1 chance then. And we conceded only 1 chance in the whole game. We conceded only 2 chances in 2 games, and we create a lot of chances. So I think, and that in the 3rd game in 6 days. So I think big credit to the team and team performance. 2 really good results, showed really good and great mentality, character, and so we're happy with that.
With those back-to-back home wins, how big a step do you feel that you've taken towards sealing the place in the top 4?
It's game by game, and we know where we are capable of, and you see this team is still improving. I think today, it was brilliant football. First half, we created so many chances. Midfield was playing really well, where a lot of speed and direct play in front. The only thing, was we have to be more clinical, score more goals.
At the same time, it appears there might have been a blow. I appreciate it's early after the game, but just how is Marcus Rashford? How serious does the injury look? It appears it's a groin injury, is it?
I can't say in this moment. You are a doctor, maybe. I'm not.
I just saw it.
But we have to wait how bad or how good it is. So obviously he went off with a complaint, and now we have to wait, set a diagnosis, and then we can see.
Harry Maguire.
I mean,
Simon's done.
before we get into the Harry Magoo questions,
Who played all right? He played all right and didn't play as well as Martinez, but he had a decent game. One of the better games we've seen from the giant oaf in a while.
there was nothing.
Malacia was
There
terrific, by the
It
way.
was like
He is
saying
such a
De
great
Gea had a great game. There's nothing to do, dude. He got ran out once. He looked like slower than molasses.
You got to bash Wout. Now you're bouting who? Harry. You bashed Anthony. Who else
I
you
could
got?
I
Who
could
else
have
you got?
defended out there. Are you kidding me? I was like, get out of
this
here.
guy,
It's like there was no. It's like saying De Gea had a great game. It's like there was nothing to do. There was nothing to do.
Well, there's nothing to do for De Gea because the
He got
defense
ran out
did their
once
job.
and looked like he was. Like,
That
it
one
was
time he got
looked
run out. He
horrid.
did.
He got completely beat like a dog. And he almost conceded the penalty against Amari Gray. Like he had to tackle him.
That's true. That
He
was not great.
I don't know how this guy big up Harry Magoo.
I just tried. The guy's had a tough run.
So I'm gonna make sure he knows out the
When I
door.
get 3 points, I'm a little more empathetic to the Manchester United players. Who
Sir,
didn't
we're not
play
trying
as
to make
well.
friends. We're trying to win titles.
Okay,
We're trying
like I
to
said,
win
we won.
Champions League titles. We're trying to win.
Yeah,
we're
Europa
trying to.
League.
We
Let's
are
start with the
the
Europa League.
greatest football club ever. And Harry Magoo's a nice guy. Wout Weghorst
He's
is
leaving.
a nice
They're
guy.
both leaving in the summer.
But not everyone's meant for Manchester United, and probably sadly not me. and you and everyone listening to the
Probably.
pod.
What do you mean probably?
And we don't
You are
cry.
You're
at
37
night,
years old. It's no
So I
problem.
still got a
It's not
chance.
probably. It's definitely.
I'm working on my wind sprints.
Play that. Yeah, well, you can definitely dust out. I take that back. You win that bet.
Woo, let's go. Eastern European beat is back. Europa League, baby. Let's go. Manchester United versus Sevilla. It's coming home. Old Trafford quarterfinals. Leg 1, Thursday, April 13th. Noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm pretty excited for this one. Don't like Sevilla.
Nope.
Lifetime versus Sevilla.
Not
Drawn
great.
1. Lost 2.
Those Champions League, it was the Champions League games. We were terrible, by the way.
We
were
drew them
fu-
0-0.
Yeah, we were fucking awful in those games. I
Paul
remember
Yagba.
De Gea kept us in that tie. If I remember correctly, he
No, it
was
was a
making,
great
he was making
save.
loads of
Yeah.
diving header saves, and we were awful. And Jose Mourinho, that's why. That's what happens when you hire Jose Mourinho. He's good, and then he's not so good because he turns toxic as he gets. And that was a great example of that. That's probably the worst thing he ever said about Manchester United while in the seat. Because he's working on that payday, baby. But either way, we've got bad blood with Sevilla. I want to fucking light them up. Light them up.
Like I said, lifetime drawn 1, lost 2. We don't have a win against Sevilla, so, they are not too amazing, sir, as far as you check the La Liga table. Let me know where they're at. Last 5 coming in here. Sevilla beat Almeria. Fenerbahce beat them 1-0. Getafe bested them. Cadiz, they bested 2-0. And they just drew Celta Vigo 2-2.
They're 13th.
13th. I mean, come on. Come on. Drop that beat. So give me a little history on Sevilla.
Oh, it's Spain. It's the most prominent and famous sporting club in Andalusia. It's the oldest sporting club solely devoted to football in the country of Spain. It was formed on the 25th of January, 1890, with a Scottish-born Edward Farquharson Johnson as their first president. In 1905, the Articles of Association were registered in the civil government of Sevilla under the presidency of Jerez-born Jose Luis Gallegos Arnosa. Sevilla has a long-standing rivalry with city rivals Real Betis, who we know well, and the club's home ground is the 44,000-seat Ramon Sanchez Pujon Stadium. It is located in the neighborhood of Narbonne, Sevilla, and named after the late Ramon Sanchez Pujon, who was the president of Sevilla for a total of 17 years, sir. There's a couple players in this 11 that you know. You know them. Can't see the 11, but we'll see in a second.
What's the Sevilla badge? It's got some royalty on it. They got the football. They got a nice jersey. And Sevilla's a great town.
Great town.
You know,
Great town.
like if you have if
Way
you-
fans are going back. They went for Real Betis.
No, I know.
They're going
I
back.
know.
We've had some good places. I mean, they were in San Sebastian. They were in Barcelona. They were in Sevilla twice.
Spain's nice to visit. Don't like it from a football perspective,
No,
but
La Liga.
not bad. They play the 4-2-3-1. Sir, give me some of these players.
Eric fucking Lamela, bro. That guy. I want to fuck him up. And Jesus, was Navas
yeah.
from City. Who else? Gai? Isn't that guy who was a former Everton player? Suso. I think Gill was the player that Tottenham had that was a bust. Dude, they're gonna be freaking tough. You know, it doesn't matter if they're 13th in the Liga. They're gonna slow the game down. They're gonna fall. You touch them, they're gonna fall over and whinge like they got shot in the chest. And you know what? You give them chances, they'll be tricky. So I think United don't play this. How could you? Give context.
I mean, here we got
9 minutes, so you better fucking.
a Jose Mourinho presser here. Like here. This is when we lost to Sevilla.
That would be a delusion, right? Is the word?
Delusion?
A delusion, no? If we would lose the match. I don't want to make a drama of it. We don't have time for that. We have a match on Saturday. We have no time to be sad for more than 24 hours. And that's football. That's not the end of the world. I sit in this chair twice in the Champions League, and I knock out Man United at home, at Old Trafford. I sit in this chair with Porto, Man United out. I sit in this chair with Real Madrid, Man United out. So I don't think is something new for the club. And of course, being Manchester United manager and losing a Champions League tie at home is a delusion, obviously.
Oh my God! Like Alex, dog off the leash. How you feeling?
I'll tell you what. I enjoyed some parts of the Jose Mourinho era, but
how does that make you feel? I got this dog on a leash. He's so fired up.
Well, if I got a dog on me, Jose's got a dog on him. Because you know what? The one thing you have to learn as you get older in life is you got to learn how to take an L. I'll tell you what, Jose Mourinho could never take a fucking L. Because if he was like, we were terrible over those two legs. Rewatch it, we were awful. And I remember De Gea kept us in it. We should have been blown out, I think, in the first leg. And you know what? He has won a shit ton, but there's a reason that he never stays at a club now for more than 2 years before he flames out and they buy out his contract because he's a prima donna.
No, just
and he
you're
goes
attacking
toxic.
Mourinho.
I'm attacking
Mourinho. You're already on the offensive. I'm saying,
bro,
how does that make you feel that the manager says?
How does that make me feel? Do you hear the words come out of my mouth? Do you see the fucking steam coming off my cheeks,
you got
sir?
Steam coming out your ears. You're
because
so fired up.
How dare you, bro? You know who this is? Manchester United, the most famous football club in the world, bro.
We are the most famous.
1968. Like, come on,
we are the most.
Walk on.
Here's the deal. We are the most famous football club in the world.
Yeah, we should have 6 Champions Leagues.
But least. Something about European, we are a Europa League side. You go look at the last decade.
Okay.
Look at the last decade.
In the last decade, we're a fucking, we're worse than Europa League side.
What are we doing in Europe? What have we done in Europe? What have we done in Europe, sir?
No, we beat PSG.
Nothing. We haven't done nothing. And it's coming up, what is it? It's 15 years. 15 years since we won the last Champions League. I mean, we won the Europa League with the Mourinho.
All right, he bashed Anthony. You bash United.
There you go.
You're gonna hop on the Mourinho trade.
I want European glory. Is what I'm saying, and those words should be something where they hurt, but I'm a Muppet, but those words hurt. But you can't say that 2 finals against Barca. We probably should have had 1. We've rued some. We should have won another Europa League. It's one of those things where there's a little truth to it, and it hurts. It hurts hearing those words from Mourinho.
Yeah, but the way he says it, he's such a fucking douchebag.
I know. I just like your reaction to that one. But that's probably no manager should ever say that, for the record.
He should have been fired the next day.
Yes.
You should fire him. You're out, bro.
To say you're the manager.
You're used to. You're a pundit. You fucking losers are used to losing.
Say that.
That's a look.
But you're the coach and you're the one losing, so it's a little rich,
Yeah.
But it's but it's just. So Sevilla, play that tape. Play that tape. You should play that tape to the last.
Mourinho, Mourinho. You should play the tape of Sevilla beating us.
Yeah, well, I think that'll get people fired up. Be like, hey, it's time to turn the tide. I want to win some Champions Leagues. It drives me nuts.
You got to get in the Champions League to win the Champions League.
It drives me nuts that the Scouse Bastards have more than us. That drives me nuts. It absolutely drives me. They got 1 less league title, and I think they're on 6. They double the Champions League. That's not good. I don't like that at all. Okay. Get into our injuries. Donnie, done. Casemiro, back, baby. Heaton injured. Shaw, no return. Rashford, no return. And Garnacho, no return. Concern there. Garnacho, not coming back. Haven't heard any update on him.
He's not. Yeah.
Shaw, Rashford, Garnacho, 3 players we really need. Don't have them. What is your starting 11 for Sevilla?
Excuse me. De Gea net. Sorry. One of those days. We got up at 4 a.m. I'm seeing stars. De Gea, AWB, Varane, Martinez, Malacia, Casemiro.
Sir, you know that we're recording a pod and people are listening to it, right?
I apologize to all of our fans. I apologize. It's been a hell of a day. I'm hanging out my fingernails. The wife is gone again today, so my kids are watching and they're waiting.
So we can't help you with that. We can't help you with that, dude.
That's why I'm a battered man. This guy's playing Mourinho coach from 5 years ago. Him slacking off the club. I got AWB in net. No, I don't have him in. I got De Gea in net. AWB a right back. He's the guy. Varane back in. Martinez, Malacia. We'll save Shaw for the weekend. We're going to do Casemiro, Sabitzer, Bruno, Sancho on the left, Martial up top, Anthony on the right. Sir, what is your starting 11?
Eriksen, huh?
He's not ready to start. He'll start on the weekend.
But Casemiro is?
Casemiro hasn't come back from injury.
Yeah,
he was just suspended.
Okay.
Poke that bear, baby.
It works, I'll tell you. Day saves it, and then I got AWB. I got Varane, Martinez, Malacia. I'm going to say Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno. Oh, he's going to want to play Wout, unfortunately. He's going to want to play him.
Yeah, against...
No, he'll put Sancho on the left, get Martial and Anthony. It picks itself. I think it's clear. If Eriksen's not ready, you get Sabitzer or McTominay in there. Probably Sabitzer because you can't respect Sevilla. So give me the odds here. Booking the bookies.
United, the heavy favorites, minus 270 for United at home, plus 350 for the draw, and plus 650, almost 7 times your money for feisty Sevilla on the road. Sir, given the odds, what is your score prediction?
I'm going to say 2-0 to United.
Yeah, I like that. 3-1. I think we conceded one, a sloppy goal, but United fight back. No Rashford's going to be a challenge, but we got to be beating up Sevilla.
Let's get into the news. United in the news. Sources say United pulling the plug on Wout Weghorst deal. This is from Football Insider. The failed Burnley striker might have to go back and eat a turkey sandwich, sir. How are we feeling about Wout Weghorst shipping him back?
I'll tell you what, Burnley...
God knows where.
Burnley are back in the Premier League. They got promoted yesterday. You can go to Burnley. He probably wouldn't make the team, to be honest, because he's probably not good enough to play for this new.
Well, they have the contract, so maybe, you know.
But this made sense. This is the right move. He can't be a player on Manchester United. I don't think. You know, if you get him for like a free and just have him be a body that can press at the end of games, I can see the usefulness here. But like, he can't score goals. He can't win headers. He's not very good with his feet.
I actually think he's decent with his feet.
He's decent. I'm not a hater. He doesn't have good feet. He has decent feet for a 6'7" monster of a man.
No, he has
probably better feet than Lukaku did.
I got better feet than Lukaku.
You got better feet than everyone. Faster. This guy's playing for United.
For the record, you might think I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. He has good feet, like surprisingly good touch. Not from like a striker. Like a striker has to have an elite touch, like pull it out of the air, put it on his like right foot. He doesn't have that. He has he can hold it up. He can link up play. Yeah. He can run around. But you don't need that guy to be 6'7" or whatever he is, right? You need the guy to be 6'7", scoring dunk headers, being physical in the box. So it's like he plays a different style than what I think he should be playing on the pitch. So he's not all bad, but doesn't excel in any area that's going to help United, other than the fact that he's Erik ten Hag's Dutch boy.
He's always fit.
That's really it. So thanks for running around, and it's United. Come on, guys! Like look at the strikers we've had. Look at the elite players we've had. The players who couldn't cut it here, and that's how we have to be thinking. You know, it has to be no weaknesses in this side. There's no passengers on this team. We can do better than Wout at the end of the day. Next bit of news here. United suffer blow as Old Trafford snub for Euro 2028 in favor of Man City's empty had. No surprise. I don't really care about this. Euro 2028 could be amazing.
Can't wait.
The British-Irish bid.
We're going to that for sure.
By the way, going to this is going to be phenomenal.
Don't tell the wives. They don't know yet.
Going to Ireland, too.
Oh, yeah.
But this just has to do with, you don't put it at a crappy stadium. And
it's falling
apart. Old Trafford is, no Wi-Fi. The hallways are full of piss because its toilets don't work. I mean, it's just crazy. The stadium is a mess. So it's no surprise they wouldn't. I think that's right. They wouldn't put it here.
No, I mean, if you have a brand new stadium or a stadium that has been left to rot for 2 decades, and it has, what a shame. What a beautiful stadium. What a storied ground. It is our home, but the Glazers have treated that stadium like like the dog they didn't want, bro. It just like it looks like a sad state at the moment. You look underneath the belly of it, you look the backside, it just looks like it was left to rot and turned to rust. And you know what? It's kind of a great analogy or encapsulation of their ownership overall. It's like they took this great entity and they just like through dereliction of duty and not having any care and no investment, we're not going to host the Euro 2028, and they're going to host it at a stadium that no one gives a fuck about. But hey, what? It'll be full for those games. It's never full. No, but it'll be full for the Euros.
There's no piss in the hallway, you know.
And they're spraying his top, apparently.
I mean, that would be like a top priority would be
fix the
like
urine,
human urine floating throughout.
Dude,
the
they
building.
had a leak in the roof.
That's
like,
how bad. It's bad. Everyone knows it's bad.
It's bad.
We got this in the presser. But Ten Hag, the quote exactly to BT Sport on Rashford from Ten Hag was, quote, "We have to wait. It doesn't look good." Once again, that is due to the schedule. You can't play 3 games in 6 days. We have to protect our players. I agree here. And it's insane that they let Arsenal play Sunday and Arsenal didn't play all week and they're giving them an extra day.
It's crazy.
And then we play midweek and we don't get an extra day. So how does that make sense?
They want Arsenal to win the league, but
no, but like it just I get like Sunday must be the the big games. It makes sense. Like they're in the title, they flex in the Sunday,
but
like there should just be like another slot on Sunday where like
right.
you can
Early
just
slot.
delay some games to give other teams rest. You know, playing Manchester United Sunday is not that controversial.
Dude, we had 6 games in a week in the Premier League. We won 2, lost 1. Pretty good result, but you're right. It's like they should not be playing this many games when they could have it Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday instead of doing Saturday, Wednesday. No, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, which is like you want to have it condensed as possible just to punish Manchester United. The FA, bro, they don't have a good history of being like a neutral arbiter as it relates to Manchester United. Dude, for like 70 years, they've probably longer.
I don't think it's against United. I think it's like an anti-player thing where they're only concerned about like the big games being the big slots. They're not concerned about like rest for players, etc. I mean, obviously not. There's so many games, and there's gonna be more Champions League adding games, adding Conference League, adding crazy tournaments here. Next bit of news: Manchester United have clear plan in mind to offer Pellistri a new contract. Understand direct talks with his agents will take place this month. Ten Hag likes him. I like this development. We need a young player who can play on the right wing. We have Antony right now. We also have Ahmad on loan.
Scored a brace yesterday.
There's a lot of options here for United, but like I just don't think my concern is even watching Antony, Pellistri, Ahmad, is there the guy to play there right now? Antony is as close as you can get, but you'd like him to be maybe a little pacier, a little more lethal, right? This is Manchester United. It's like you're thinking players like Mbappe, like players who should be playing on the wing for Manchester United, like the best in the world, you know, at a certain time. Ronaldo, Rooney, like these players dominating the park at the big pitch at Manchester United, and it's built for wingers with speed. And I'm hoping Antony is going to be joining me for some speed drills out here in Northern California.
He could dust you. Well,
yes.
Couldn't. He could dust you. This one makes sense. I agree. Loans usually go bad, but I have more faith that we're going to figure it out because the Ahmad loan has been so good. Hey, there you go. Bring Ahmad back. Put Facundo up in Sunderland for a year. It's close. And apparently the manager they have around knows how to integrate a Manchester United player because he's having a terrific campaign.
I've seen players play well other places and then come to United and it doesn't work out. Like I've never seen a player come back from a good loan spell and then hit the ground running and be integrated into the squad at United. It's just a United thing. I've seen Chelsea have players play well on loan, and then they sell them, and they turn to world-class players, right? You've seen it.
See, that happen a lot.
You know what I mean? So it's like the loan situation is hard because, like,
it's very hard.
He's playing well for Sunderland, but he could come back and too big for his britches. EPL. Let's get into the fan questions here. We have some spicy ones. At Matthew 42441359, Rashford's groin is the most important groin in the world. I think that is a fair point, and we're all going to be really concerned about how it's going, how it's healing.
That's it. It matters so much because if it was one thing, it was like, oh, Martial's back. We know we can count because it's a matter of time. I love Tony. He's on the fucking wall in the pod room, but he's a matter of time. He the chances that he goes from now to the end of the season uninjured are zero. They just
go 9 games. I've seen him go 8 or 9.
There's
I've
0.
seen him go
9 games is the month of May. And actually not May, April, and then the first 1 or 2 games in May, depending on how many cups we advance through. I'd love to, because if we do, dude, that's fine. We can make it work.
You gotta believe in the footballing gods. You gotta believe in
Tony looks hungry.
There's a master plan at play here. The universe is perfect, sir. You gotta go with the flow. It's very Wu Wei. You got hey, Martial, you're the man. Hey, it's better than Vout.
Yeah,
it's better than Wow.
Dude, he finished that goal today. Wow was finishing that goal.
He scored a goal. It was on a play for him, but it was not easy. You saw him. He actually had to make a move and then drag it, and he's got to finish.
He's a good player. If he could stay fit every year, he'd be scoring 20 goals a year.
Next man up at Manchester United.
That's right.
Rolling Deep, 1995. Quote, sirs, the way we wind down and close up shop in games like this would make you think we already have the best goal differential in the league. A somewhat comfy win that underlined how crucial a striker is to this team. Hopefully, Rashi pulls through. #Glazers out. At Red Devil Woody, 3 points. Decent performance, but may bite us in the arse with Rashford's injury. Good to see Eriksen back. AWB was great today. Sevilla in a week. Glory, glory, Man United. At Love the Bulls, 18. Overall, a really good performance. Martial getting half of Weghorst's goals. McTominay performance was better. Eriksen is back. Casemiro's suspension over, and hopefully Rashford's injury is nothing serious. On to Europa League. And I'm going to say, at Fairway Freddy here, for me, this game shows how good we could be with a striker. We need an Easter resurrection of Rashi from this injury. AWB could be some player.
He could be. He was awesome today. I really want to give him a big up, because we were watching the game in the middle of the night this morning. Dude, I think his ceiling is so much higher than Delo's. I know he can't cross the ball, but he's got the pace, he's got the physicality, he's got the fitness,
he's got the dog.
He's a dog, bro, and he's a great tackler, and he's been pushing up more today and recently under this manager. So I'm bullish. I think if we're gonna, I don't know, my vote would be to sell Delo, because the player he seems to be going after is an out and out attacking type right back. And I think if you keep Delo, you have 2 of those, because the Fermong, the guy we were talking about last pod, he seems too similar. But we'll see what the manager does. It's going to be a very curious summer.
At Jeff V _TMUA, if Rashford is down and Casemiro and Eriksen are back, do you play Sancho left, Anthony right, and start Martial? I predicted that in my lineup. I think that's the starting attack. He says he still wants to see more Palestri. I think he's the killer sub you bring in, because you don't got Garnacho. He's a great switch-it-up sub on the right.
Spanish side.
Yep.
Feisty over there. You called it. I called it.
He'll start the second leg if we have a lead.
Correct.
He says, great match, though, for having to get up at 5:45 for coffee. Oh, my God. Yeah. The 4:30 a.m. wake-up is getting me right now. I could take a nice nap.
You haven't gotten a nap in yet?
Haven't gotten a nap in yet. And last one here at D_Cole. Sirs, we beat down the troll under the bridge. That is all Sean Dyche teams. Let's have a laugh at Pickford and Maupay, the absolute jokers. All of our midfielders hitting peak form is so good for Erik ten Hag. Rashford going down before Sevilla is very worrying, and hope he can recover. So obviously, best wishes to Rashford. Look, that's it. That's the podcast. You like the American Red Devils, check out our Patreon page. Keep the pod ad free. Patreon.com/American Red Devils. AmericanRedDevils.store. Pick up some merch. Support the podcast, sir. Give us our top 10 downloads last 7 days.
Number 1, how you doing? How you doing? New York, New York. Los Angeles, California. Chicago, Illinois. London, England. Houston, Texas. Charlotte, North Carolina. Washington, D.C. Tampa, Florida. Melbourne, Australia. And last but not least, St. Louis, Missouri. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. We couldn't do without you. It's always darkest with the dawn. United picking up points. Let's beat up Sevilla.
Big European game. Let's go.
Let's show Mourinho what we're all about.
All right, we're going to finish this one. Pride of all Europe. Everyone have a great Easter. Have a great week. We'll see you on the other side of Sevilla.